Movie recap: 4 generations, 1 century of choices. This video tells the compelling story of 4 generations, each facing unique challenges and making profound life choices that define their struggles and triumphs. It's a journey of self-discovery and resilience, urging us to consider what truly matters in life. Generation 1, Wu Linglan, 1923. Our story begins in Beijing in 1923, where Wu Linglan, a gifted student at Tsinghua University, excels in Chinese and English literature. Despite China's turmoil, most top students pursue science. Linglan follows suit, but feeling out of place in physics, he contemplates switching to literature. His teacher challenges him, "What is the purpose of your studies?" Linglan replies, "I just know that no matter what I do in the future, studying at this age is right for me." His teacher presses on, "You've overlooked something. Living without true understanding is merely busy emptiness. What is truth? It's the peace and joy that radiate from your heart when you see, hear, do, and are with others, unadorned and unashamed." These words deeply impact Linglan. His dilemma over changing majors becomes secondary as he struggles to focus on his studies. He withdraws, seeking answers about his life's path. Amidst heated debates between science and humanities at Tsinghua, he feels lost until 1924, when he stumbles upon a captivating lecture by Tagore. The renowned poet urges young people not to forget their true hearts. Surrounded by luminaries like Wang Guowei and Xu Zhimo, whose confidence and composure he admires, Linglan is finally freed from his existential musings. Industry strengthens the nation, culture strengthens the nation. Reflecting on these matters is equally important. With renewed conviction, Linglan chooses literature, where his talent lies, and becomes an esteemed foreign language teacher. Generation 2, Shen Guangyao, 1938. The year is 1938. Japanese forces have occupied Beijing for over a year. Wu Linglan and his university relocate to a desolate area north of Kunming. Here, Tsinghua, Peking, and Nankai universities unite to form the Southwest Associated University. Conditions in Yunnan are dire, with straw huts serving as classrooms. During a torrential downpour, the tin-roofed classrooms are deafening. Students can't hear their teachers. Wu Linglan, now a professor, turns to the blackboard and writes, "Sit quietly and listen to the rain." The students quiet down, finding peace amidst the storm. In life, we often face unpleasantness. Listening to the rain is a state of mind. But how can one be calm when the nation is falling apart? Shen Guangyao, a student, looks out the window, seeing a fisherman by the water, young people exercising in the rain, and children playing. He wonders about his future. In 1939, Germany invades Poland, igniting a global war. Japan bombs Chongqing, killing over 3,000 civilians. The Air Force recruits students from Southwest Associated University. Many are eager to join, but fear the pretest. An officer declares, "This requires innate talent." But what this era lacks is not perfect people, but those with true sincerity, righteousness, fearlessness, and compassion in their hearts. Guangyao steps forward. With some martial arts training, he can jump remarkably high. He passes the interview, receiving an application form. As an only son, he needs his parents' consent. Returning home, he faces his mother, who is furious about his talk of joining the army and a letter from his father urging him to enlist. She makes him kneel and recite family precepts. She explains that life isn't judged by fame or fortune, which are mere illusions. Their main reason for dissuading him isn't his status as an only child, but their wish for him to enjoy life, to read 10,000 books and travel 10,000 miles, rather than losing his life before truly living. Seeing his mother's tears, Guangyao vows never to join the army. Life at the university resumes, but now punctuated by air raid sirens. Enemy planes are overhead. Students seek refuge in the valleys, their teachers' lectures accompanied by the roar of aircraft. Wu Linglan teaches Chinese literature, recalling his own youthful confusion, hoping his students will never abandon introspection. Then, a bomb drops. Students are killed and wounded, even children playing at the school. Guangyao stares at the rain-soaked ruins. Each generation has its mission. Theirs is to defend their homeland. At dawn, Guangyao leaves for the Air Force Academy. En route, he hears news of Tagore's passing. His military life is intense and hurried. They first learn evasive maneuvers, then aerial combat. With Japanese bombers striking Guangzhou and Chongqing, time is short, yet, Guangyao frequently sneaks out. To the hungry, impoverished children, his uncle Han. He drops bread, bringing food and hope. But his instructors deem his consistent flight path foolish and dangerous. Guangyao is grounded for hundreds of hours and loses the privilege of dropping bread. Still, he doesn't give up. He uses the brown sugar his mother gave him, flying out under the gaze of his comrades and instructors. Sometimes, faith is more important than food, though it doesn't fill you up, it's truly sweet. The children eagerly await Uncle Han. They run, shout, and laugh, sharing the good news and savoring the rock candy. When it's not enough, they look up to see more Han uncles, his comrades, bringing more bread and more hope. Indeed, this world doesn't lack perfect people, but those with true sincerity, righteousness, fearlessness, and compassion, but good times don't last. In 1943, the Battle of Western Hubei erupts. China deploys all its air power. As Guangyao enters the combat zone, he sees enemies everywhere. He's quickly surrounded. His comrades fight bravely, but are shot down due to inexperience. Guangyao's plane is hit, sending him plummeting into the distant sea. But he doesn't give up. He pulls up sharply, then dives, gaining a head-on advantage against the enemy. Miraculously, he survives this suicidal encounter. His plane is critically damaged, unable to return. He has to parachute. But he sees enemy warships targeting parachuting pilots. Many comrades die before hitting the water. Guangyao can't watch. He maneuvers his plane, diving straight for the enemy warship. Sorry. Amidst his comrades' tears, Guangyao's plane pierces the black cloud, plunging into the enemy warship. Months later, his mother, expecting her son's graduation, receives Guangyao's letter. China is vast, but it cannot accommodate a single desk. The nation is in peril, and family matters are secondary. Even a renowned family is nothing without a nation. Guangyao's ancestors, 3 generations of generals, would surely not fault his choice. In the pouring rain, children remember Uncle Han. They wear parachutes, singing and flying paper planes, Guangyao's legacy of kindness and warmth, nurturing them into adulthood. One of them is Chen Peng. Generation 3, Chen Peng, 1962, the year is 1962. Chen Peng is an outstanding student in engineering physics at Tsinghua University. He's recruited by Beijing's 9th Institute, a glorious but dangerous place. Chen Peng states, "There's still someone I need to take care of. He's an orphan." His teacher says, "I hope you don't have any objections to this student. It's not wrong for him to express his true feelings." In middle school, he met Xiaojia, an ideal. Similar in age and background, they became best friends. Xiaojia is the one he wants to care for. When he accidentally sees her broken stamp, Chen Peng secretly makes her a new one. Their middle school teacher, Teacher Xu, was particularly kind to them. One day, they arranged to visit him. Before entering, they hear Teacher Xu's mother-in-law screaming, even kicking and hitting him. Xiaojia can't stand it, but Chen Peng pulls her back. Teacher Xu's university education was funded by his mother-in-law, who forced him to marry her with threats of suicide when he later sought a divorce. Xiaojia, seeing Teacher Xu's torment, writes a letter with Ideal, exposing his mother-in-law's actions, describing their 4-room home as a concentration camp. Chen Peng knows nothing of this. A concentration camp? Does he have a conscience? Tell me the truth. Kill me. You promised to be with me forever. You said it. But people change. Teacher Shu distrusts everyone, students, neighbors, even ticket sellers. After being forced into marriage, he maintains a cold demeanor, meticulously separating everything, refusing to use his wife's things even when his own are broken. His attitude makes Shu Fen feel he's the worst person in the world. You said you'd be good to me forever. I don't hurt, but people can change, right? Why can everything else change, but this can't? Why? Everyone is precious and shouldn't live to please others. But when someone doesn't love you, even resorting to cold violence, it's vital to walk away bravely. Being with them isn't as important as loving yourself. Shu Fen doesn't think this way. She even blames the letter-writing student for ruining their marriage, hoping that finding him might fix things. To change his fate. Ideal applies to support the frontier. With limited medical resources there, he learns acupuncture. Xiaojia is touched by his sincerity and even offers her arm for him to practice on. This is innocent until Chen Peng accidentally witnesses Ideal's confession. Lacking the courage to confess himself, Chen Peng runs into the director's office. Assuming Xiaojia chose Ideal and can now go to the 9th Institute, as she has no one to care for her. Xiaojia is bewildered by his behavior and goes to the school to confront the idiot, who suddenly ignores her. Days pass, and Chen Peng remains aloof. Xiaojia tries to make conversation, asking about his work. He suddenly becomes excited, pulling Xiaojia through the Tsinghua campus, across stone paths under trees, over green grass, touching atoms until they are exhausted. Just like atoms completed in the field, when they collide, they release immense energy. This is good. Chen Peng then leaves for the 9th Institute. Ideal's frontier assignment also comes through. He wants to share the good news with Xiaojia immediately. But then, his agitated mother drags Guangyan to their door. He found Xiaojia's notes in Liu Kun's work journal and tracked her down. Xiaojia admits to writing the letter, believing it was a righteous act, but acknowledges its flaws. She's asked who else was involved. Ideal remains silent, letting his frontier assignment slip away. Xiaojia insists she wrote it alone, even forging colleagues' nursing reports to protect him. The matter seems resolved, but things change when the dean summons him. What was written in the letter is no longer important. Colleagues report stolen nursing reports, and Xiaojia is accused of writing letters to someone. Who do I write to? Don't you have a cousin in Taiwan? I've heard of him, but never met him. The Taiwan Strait situation is tense. Do you want to write to your cousin about the situation here? Xiaojia trembles. The hospital investigates. Her cherished photo album, which she often flaunted, is found. As a child, she had a chance to take a picture with the leader but fell ill. To compensate, she took a photo with the leader at Tiananmen Square every birthday. She loved showing colleagues these photos, claiming the little girl next to the leader was her. This personal comfort is seen as bragging by others, and now, a malicious fabrication. She's pressured to name names and reveal her motives. Before a hospital movie screening, the political group publicly denounces her. Attempting to cover up wrongdoing, hating the people, destroying family harmony, even persecuting family members. Teacher Shu's mother-in-law is brought in as a witness, turning nothing into something, small into large. In that era, truth was irrelevant. No one questions. The crowd jeers, while Xiaojia's hair is cut. Ironically, across the way, Ideal leads a youth ideological report meeting, speaking about self-improvement and creating a new future. Xiaojia smiles. Perhaps it's a quiet celebration of Ideal's success, or pity for the reporters and herself. But her smile enrages the crowd. She's laughing too hard. Beat her. Beat her. Shu Fen, in the crowd, is scared. She dislikes Xiaojia, but not to this extent, air raid sirens interrupt the irrational crowd. Rain is coming, the movie is cancelled. The crowd disperses. Ideal's meeting moves indoors. Xiaojia lies there. Xu Fen checks her breath. There's none. She squats down, urinating herself. This can't be happening. She scrambles up and flees without looking back. Near home, she encounters her husband leaving. Her terror doesn't elicit warmth. Xu Fen is utterly despairing. She feels like the worst person in the world. Her indifferent husband walks past. Xu Fen enters the four-room house. Her mind replays happy memories. Then, embracing those sweet memories, she jumps into the well, ending her desolate life. Throughout, Teacher Xu, who caused this without lifting a finger, doesn't look after the lonely Chen Peng. In the lab, he's distracted. He takes leave and rushes to the hospital, but arrives too late. Seeing Xiaojia in the water, he's filled with regret. Why wasn't he there when she needed him most? But nothing can be undone. He braves the rain to bury his beloved. Unexpectedly, the rain awakens Xiaojia. They are drawn together by fate. Xiaojia's appearance is disfigured, making a fresh start difficult. A new, unfamiliar environment seems best. Chen Peng takes her to the village where he once lived. The villagers are kind, revering learned people. But Chen Peng has work and must leave. Xiaojia feels lost. Here, I don't even dare close my eyes. When I close my eyes, I feel like I'm falling, falling, falling. Don't be afraid. I'm the one who'll catch you. Chen Peng embraces the woman he almost lost. I'm not afraid of anything. Just push me away when you fall, don't drag me down with you. The power of true love moves Xiaojia, and she finds the courage to live. Chen Peng, relieved, returns to Beijing. Before heading to work, he walks through Yishan Boulevard to Xiaojia's grave. Coincidentally, he meets Ideal, who's also there to pay respects. Ideal is still entangled in Xiaojia's past. But what does that have to do with her? I don't need the frontier assignment anymore. Actually, I wrote that letter with her. I was afraid they wouldn't let me go to the frontier if I confessed. Chen Peng doesn't hit or scold him. He simply says, try to live well for yourself and for others in the future. They part ways. One goes to Lop Ne to develop the atomic bomb, the other to Xinjiang to join a medical team. Later, after China's first atomic bomb successfully detonates, Chen Peng returns home. He's severely irradiated, with little time left. But his village is now covered in slogans, and Xiaojia has embarked on a journey to find him. Chen Peng, last time, I thought I died, and when I woke up, I saw you. This time, before death comes, I must find you. Your love lifted me up. I also want to take care of you. We don't know if they ever met again. Ideal, following Chen Peng's advice, gets lost with his team in a blizzard. He leaves all the food for his injured teammate and goes for help alone. He encounters a search party, but can no longer hold on. Before dying, he gives his teammates' location and his last words: the dead are gone, the living must live on, live well. Generation 4, Zhongguogu, 2010, the year is 2010. The two rescued teammates are now married. Their son, Zhongguogu, is a general manager at an advertising company. In this era, human nature is changing. Even the once reputable meat shops sell inspected meat. The workplace is even worse. His company gets a milk powder account. To promote it, Zhongguogu contacts a family with newborn quadruplets, using their image and story. The upcoming advertising contract offers hope to this poor family. But then, they become victims of workplace politics. Zhongguogu accompanies his sales director to present the ad campaign. He's just there to observe. But the planning director suddenly claims illness and can't come. Zhongguogu is forced to step in. Jongwoo-gu, this milk powder is delicious. Before the meeting, the planning director had called, saying the client was aggressive and wouldn't choose a conservative plan. I think what you're saying is what you want to say. Do you understand what I mean by this call? So, during the presentation, Jongwoo-gu emphasizes safety, advising the client to focus on nutrition and taste. The sales director is unhappy. He asks Jongwoo-gu's true opinion. Jongwoo-gu replies, if you can't handle it, what's the point of my true opinion? But someone has to pay for today's mistake. The client is lost. A month later, Jongwoo-gu takes the blame. The planning director shifts all responsibility to him, claiming his assertiveness doesn't align with the company's culture. Furious, Jongwoo-gu joins a rival company, getting a higher position. The quadruplets he was supposed to promote aren't so lucky. The company never contacts them again. Late that night, Jongwoo-gu gets a call from his assistant. The third quadruplet is critically ill, with underdeveloped organs. To continue the surgery, you need to pay for more surgery. I'll take you there first. Jongwoo-gu feels a pang of guilt. Do I really have to wait for a sponsorship contract to help them? Fortunately, the little girl is strong, and the surgery is successful. He visits the quadruplets' family in their cold, sunless, messy basement. He quickly tells his assistant to arrange things and personally chooses milk powder for the babies. 20 yuan a month. The quadruplets' family is immensely grateful. They ask manager Jong to name the 4 girls. Jongwoo-gu finds immense satisfaction and joy in this, but then, his former superior comes. He wants evidence of the planning director's misconduct and instructs headquarters to talk to their rival. He also talks about children he's helped. Going to school, renting, finding jobs, all future troubles. Do you think I'm helping these children, or bringing trouble to family relationships? His words upset Jongwoo-gu. He hesitates about retaliating against the planning director, and fears the consequences of continuing to help the quadruplets. He doesn't contact his former superior, or the quadruplets' family again. Every year on tomb sweeping day, no matter how busy, his parents take him to the grave of his uncle, whom he's never met. His usually reserved father mentions the blizzard rescue story, hoping to tell his son, Mom and Dad only have 2 wishes for you, to be healthy and happy. But for the past 2 years, we feel you're smiling less. You don't talk about what bothers you. Your path is still long, and there's so much more you can do. Do what makes you happy and joyful. After returning, his aunt calls the quadruplets' family. She pays 3 years of rent up front, and helps the adults find insurance jobs. This time, she leaves her phone number, even too. The other party also produces a prepared gift. A brush made from the 4 babies' hair. A token of gratitude for Jongwoo-gu's sincerity and kindness. Thank you. That night, she also calls her former superior, for she is different from them. Reflection. The story ends here, but the legacy of spirit and the flow of energy continue. 4 generations, 4 stories, spanning a century. Wuling Lan, in an era where the best students chose industry to strengthen the nation, he followed his heart and chose literature. Shen Guangyao, in a time of national crisis and widespread displacement, he listened to his heart and chose to join the army. Chen Peng, in an age of madness and lies, he stayed true to his heart, loving whom he loved. Jongwoo-gu, in a present driven by profit and self-interest, he found his true self and chose authenticity. They all wandered in their youth, were guided, enlightened, defied the current, and made choices they wouldn't regret. So, let's revisit the initial question. If you knew the life you were about to face, would you still have the courage to come forward? Even if what you see and hear often disheartens you, even if the world is so powerful that you feel powerless to change it. But if you truly understood your life beforehand, you'd realize that youth is but a fleeting moment. You wouldn't dwell on worldly expectations like how much fame and fortune constitute glory, or how much material wealth is needed to be loved. Instead, you'd find that the joy from deep within your soul would thrill you at the sight of grass sprouting from the earth, exhilarate you at the sight of the sunrise, and warm you when you receive kindness. What the world is like doesn't matter. How to scheme doesn't matter. Don't be greedy, don't be afraid, and don't be lazy. But when you are moved by the light displayed by other lives, remember that you are also a part of this era. You too can be as precious as they are. When you are struck down, remember your preciousness and resist malice. When you are lost, trust your preciousness. Love what you love, do what you do, listen to your heart, and follow its warmth. Thank you all for watching this from beginning to end. See you in the next video.